Alright guys, what's going on? I know, same as every video, I say I'm going to be back, all consistent, and then I disappear for a month. I think it has, let me check, it's literally been over a month since I posted, let's see. Yep, 1 month ago, and it's annoying because the last video did really well. It got, I think, 500 views, and then I got loads of shorts out of it, which did well. And I think I gained about 30 subscribers, but busy, man, that's my excuse, busy. It's not a good excuse. I keep saying I'm going to be consistent and I'm not, but I'm not even going to say it. I'll go try my best to be consistent anyway. But what do we have today? As I mentioned in my last video, it was about my business journey and I wanted to kind of follow on from that a little bit. So I mentioned my first business, which was, by the way, go and watch my last video, please. I mentioned my first business, which was London watch straps. I sell watch straps for any watch, Apple Watch straps, Apple Watch cases. That's pretty much it. Just watch accessories really. And about a month, 2 months ago, I did officially close the website down. So I'm not really running that business anymore. I've kind of just written it off, I guess. So today in this video, I'm going to run through why that business failed, what I've learned from it, why I think it failed. So yeah, that's mainly what we're going to be running through today. So the first thing I'm going to touch on is the business in itself. So why did I start that business? Had lots of people ask me that, and what is the reason? I always wanted to start a business since I was young. 5 years ago, I've been doing YouTube now. Let me actually see. I have been doing YouTube for about 4 years now, 3-4 years. And then before that, years ago, I was posting videos. So yeah, I've always wanted to do something for myself in terms of not going just down school. I wanted to do something extra as well. And whether that was YouTube or whatever it may be, I've done a lot. And I was really like, I want to start a business. I was at college, everyone was a bit like not working hard. I felt like I want to do something. So I wanted to start a business, and I tried so many different options. I was like, I'm going to try drop shipping now. I was like looking through so many products, all of this stuff, looking through it, watching videos upon videos. I came up with so many different ideas. And then, I don't know, my dad's really into watches. So it just ended up, he was like, I've seen this guy on YouTube that I watch. It does watch straps. Why don't you try that? It's definitely a market for it. I was like, okay, why not? Let's give it a go. Anyway, I did that. Originally, it started as just drop shipping. So got an order, get my geezer in China, send it from the supplier to the customer. I'm sure you know how drop shipping works. It was just that simple. But I got one order from my friends, and I tried that method of drop shipping. It took way too long to arrive. It took like 2-3 weeks, and that's not acceptable, is it? So yeah, I was like, nah, I've got to start buying the stock. So I bought a bunch of stock, and I was like, yeah, I kind of just bought pretty much one of everything that I had on the website. And then like when I sell it, I just buy it again, and then I can sell it. So it did help a lot with the shipping times. So it started off as drop shipping, and then very, very, very quickly it just became, I hold the stock and ship it off, which there's pros and cons to that. So the pros is obviously I can more or less control the shipping times. I know when it's going, how it's going, and make sure it gets there pretty much, safely. I can also check the quality of the product. I did of course get some samples, but you never know what could happen. So those are the pros. The cons is I have to buy a lot of stock. So that was the trouble. I ended up spending a lot on stock, and I wasn't shifting enough. I wasn't selling enough at all. So yeah, that's basically it. I was doing all the marketing myself, and I didn't really know much about marketing at all. So I was literally just taking pictures. All the pictures were just like on my kitchen table, and I wasn't like posting consistently. I did a few paid ads, didn't get anything out of that. But yeah, that's basically about the business. I ran it for properly for about a year and a half. I think I had it up and running. And like halfway through, I changed website provider as well. So yeah, I didn't like properly get the brand, what the brand like sorted until, well, at all really. It was kept changing, changed websites. I think I changed logos, changed product, all this stuff. So it was a bit all over the place. It was my first proper business, so can't really expect less. I was just learning really. So why do I think that my business, London Watch Straps, failed? I think the big thing, I wasn't knowledgeable at all. I wanted to have a business, but I didn't properly take the time to learn about how to run it. So I think that's part of it. I liked the idea of having a business and I liked putting the work in, but I was just doing work. And I feel like a big thing in anything, but in business, is you think because you're doing a lot, you're doing the right thing. Obviously, it's always good to work hard, but you also need to work smart. And I thought I was working hard, and I thought because I'm doing a lot, I was confusing that with doing the right thing. So I was, for example, taking loads of pictures, but then I wasn't taking the right pictures, or I wasn't posting them in the right way, or making the right videos or grab attention. So I think it did start from the marketing. That's where it first started. That's where I think the first problem was. And then I also think I didn't track the cost. I was going to say properly, I didn't track it at all. Like, I don't know the numbers. In my head, I don't have it written down anywhere, which I want to touch on later, but I don't know how much I spent. I don't know how much I gained. I don't know anything. And you need to be very organized when you have a business like that. Like my business now, my content creation agency, it's a lot different because it's service based. I'm not necessarily selling a physical product. So it's a lot different. I'm not having to, like, my cost to start on my business was pretty much zero. I already had a camera that my dad had gave me. I already had a laptop, and then I already had like a mic and stuff that I'd got years ago for when I first started YouTube. So it's a lot different to a service-based business, a lot different to where I'm selling a physical product. So I didn't calculate how much I was spending when I was getting the stock. I didn't calculate how much I would make when selling it on. Yeah, it was just, I think that's a big thing as well. Just, so I think if you're selling like 10 a day, it's not so much a problem. Like you can easily see like, oh, I've made this much. But because I was selling hardly anything, but I had all this stock, it was like I wasn't keeping track of it. And why else do I think I failed? I think those were probably the two main ones. The thing is, I say that I didn't properly learn, or I didn't take the time to learn, or I think another thing is I didn't have a clear plan. So I didn't think, oh, I'm going to do this will get me to here, and then after that I'll go here. I kind of just thought, put them on the website, take some pictures, go from there. I didn't properly create a brand, and I feel like you need to, especially when you're starting your first business, you need to find a middle ground between taking time on it to learn, to make sure it's completely correct, but then also just going for it. Because I feel like it's never going to be perfect. No business in the world is perfect. So I think you do just have to go for it, but it also has to be calculated. Like I know many people, they're like, oh, I want to start a business, but I don't know, whatever excuse it may be. And I think I get it. Like you want to make sure you do it well, people say they want to do it at the right time. They want to make sure they do the right business. But I feel like you're never going to have the right time. So I do think you have to just go for it. And for example, for me, I just learned by doing it. I didn't learn by reading books, although I have loads of books up there that I need to read, business books. But Didn't learn by reading books or watching videos. I learned by just doing it. And I think that has helped. Although my current business is a lot different, it's a different type of business, it has helped a lot in terms of understanding business, knowing what I should and shouldn't do. So yeah, I do think there is a balance between just going for it, but then also taking time to make sure the branding is, the business is perfect, having a plan. Okay, so what would I do if I was starting this business again from scratch? I think I would first create a proper plan in terms of what is the brand, what is our message? Because I feel like as a brand, you need to have a message to entice people in, to appeal to them. So if I was to redo the watch straps, I would maybe stick with one storyline that just shows how easy it is to change your watch strap and how it affects your outfit. So I would go with that, and every video would just be about that. And I think having that message built into the brand will then draw people in. Whatever the business is, I think it needs a message, it needs a story, because people are attracted to stories. They're not just attracted to a product. There's a reason that Nike sell the most regular tracksuits in the world, but they can put 100, 200 pounds on it because it's Nike and because people want it, because it tells a story, it has a meaning behind it, it has a look, people like it, it's popular, all this stuff, whatever it may be. And that goes for any product, any brand. So I think that's what I would do. I would try and make a story behind it, whatever that story is, I don't know. Need to go back to the drawing board to come up with that. But I think that's what I would do. And then, so before anything, I would come up with that. And then after that, I think you just have to do the marketing around that. So maybe, for example, my watch strap shows how easy it is for someone to or how accessible it is for any outfit. It matches any outfit. You can just change your watch strap to match any outfit. Maybe my first video will be a guy, a day in a life. He goes out to the gym, he has a sports watch strap on, comes home, does some work, he has a different one on, which is more comfortable. Then he goes out, he has a smarter one on, something like that. And then I think you just have to run with that. You have to stick to something and just commit to it. One thing I mentioned earlier I want to touch on is how much did I make versus how much did I spend? Because as I said, I don't know the actual figures. But if I had to guess, I think I spent about, in total, between 800 and 1100, I would guess. As I say, I didn't track it, but I did buy a lot of straps because I felt I had to keep buying them for the marketing so I can keep taking pictures. How much did I make? I think I sold about 8, 7, because I had a business fair, I think I sold 3 or 4. And then online I sold about 6 or 7. So I'm going to do the maths on my phone. Let's say I made about 200 quid. So I lost roughly about 800 pounds off that business, just itself. So yeah, that's business. That's what happens. And do I regret any of it? Absolutely not. I'm very happy I did it. I would like to have an extra 800 pounds in my bank right now, but I also wouldn't be where I am today doing these videos, running my current business, anything. Without it, it gave me opportunities from away from the business, just in terms of maybe my current business or just in terms of life. It's given me opportunities that are great and that are good, are helping me now. So no, I wouldn't. And I think what I did was great in terms of just go for it. So yeah, I hope that answers some questions. Of course, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will try to be consistent. I have got some videos planned. I have handed in all my uni some deadlines, assignments, and I'm a bit busy with work. I've got some new clients coming, but I'm going to try my best. So make sure you subscribe. And I want to do more business videos because I really enjoy talking about business, teaching you guys whatever. What you want to learn, what you want to learn from me. I'm not very knowledgeable, but I can only share my experience. Comment down below any questions and follow me on TikTok. I'm also thinking about making a new Instagram with my clips, which I think would be sick. So if you want to see that, comment down below. And yeah, Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you hopefully not in a month, hopefully sooner than a month.